Hey guys, it's
Tick.
and Tech.
Welcome back to DS3.
Yeah, where Braden gets his ass kicked by everybody everywhere. Because
Which deck are you gonna look at next?
None.
No. Okay.
I hate all decks. I don't even like Magic.
I'm excited to play the vampires.
Magic bad.
Oh, Merfolk is the last deck.
Magic bad. We all know it. Everybody knows it. Magic's just a bad game.
Sure, buddy.
It's gone downhill.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, the fourth deck is Merfolk.
Is Merfolk?
Yeah.
Merfuck? No.
I think the Merfolk and the Dinos were next to each other.
What is this one? This one's the Merfolk one, yeah. I'm gonna look at this one next. It's not gonna be the last one. It's gonna be the next one. Alright, let's see. Mr. Commander Man. Hackball of the Surging Soul. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each Merfolk creature you control explores. Whenever this guy attacks, you may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield. If you don't, draw a card. What does explore do?
It's like you look at the top 4 cards in your library. You choose one of them to exile face down or something.
Oh, here. Reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it's land. Otherwise, put a plus or counter on the exploring creature. Then put the card back, or put it into your graveyard. Interesting. Oh man. All right, we're gonna have to make a new rule, Braden.
What?
Whenever I play my really shitty deck, you can't kill my Anafend on purpose.
Why not?
Because the deck is so bad, and all Anafenza does is bolster one.
Right, you built your super shitty deck.
Yeah, and all she does is bolster one whenever a creature enters the battlefield. You can't purposefully kill my Anafenza.
Man, if you wanted a more competitive setting, you're looking in the wrong place.
If she dies, just because, you do all creatures take damage, fair game. But you can't be like, oh yeah, Anafenza, just take 2 damage and die.
Why not?
Because it's really rude and it's unnecessary. You could use that for something way better. Like killing literally anybody else's stuff. Not my poor little Anafenza, who
Definitely deserved it.
honestly fizzles out really fucking quick because I run out of creatures to play, so she doesn't do anything anymore. She just kind of hangs out.
Oh my gosh.
Too bad Morphing doesn't count as a creature entering the battlefield again. That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah, no. It's only the first.
Yeah, because you're just flipping them over.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they have plus ones and counters on them, they get to keep them, but they don't make more. Which is unfortunate. Alright, Metallic Mimic. Whenever it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Metallic Mimic is the chosen type in addition to its other types. Each other creature you control of the chosen type enters the battlefield with an additional plus one counter on it. That's good. That's really good, actually. Of course, you choose human for this time.
It's a Merfolk deck.
I know. So I'm
Like, why the fuck would you choose human?
obviously, you
This
choose
is
human.
Merfolks.
Obviously, you choose human. Zagana Utopian Speaker. When it enters the battlefield, if you control another creature with a plus or counter on it, draw a card. Paste 6. Adapt 4. If this creature has no plus or counters on it, put 4 plus or counters on it. Each creature you control with a plus or counter on it has trample. That's pretty good. Voral of the Whole Clade. Pay 2. Tap it. Double the number of each kind of counter on target artifact, creature, or land. But double the number of each kind of counter? Oh, on target. My brain said all.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
overload cost?
No.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck! For 2 mana every turn, you just fucking double everybody's counters? This is some fucking bullshit right here.
Oh, this is interesting. So there's this fly here, right?
Yeah.
And he's just looking at a wall. Psych! That's not a wall, that's a door!
Oh, wow.
That's the door we have to go into as well. That's our hint to go into that door, by the way, is that fly looking at it.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Tishana, Voice of Thunder. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size. When enters the battlefield, draw cards for each creature you control. It's just 7 drop though. Holy shit. That's rough. Simic Ascendancy. Pay 3, put a puzzles counter on target creature you control. Whenever one or more puzzles counters are put on a creature you control, put that many growth counters on Simic Ascendancy.
Oh, hell yeah.
At the beginning of your upkeep, if Simic Ascendancy has 20 or more growth counters on it, you win the game.
Hell yeah.
Remember, one or more puzzle counters you put on a creature you control. One or more.
Yeah.
You get to put a single. But that many growth counters.
Yeah.
Okay, now that just seems like you're gonna win the game really fucking quick with that card.
Not necessarily.
Well, it's a 2-drop, and then if you manage to get out the other dude where you can just pay 2 to double counters on target artifact, creature,
then
or
you
land.
will.
Because, I mean, obviously this is an enchantment, so you can't double it directly.
But you can double counters on anything else.
Yeah, you can double it on anything else, and then and it only requires 20 on this to win. And if you have any sort of proliferate in this deck, which I don't know if you do, but
I don't know.
but I'm sure you have other things that like put more counters on shit. So it's
Yeah.
like fuck.
I will say proliferate is only 1 counter on each thing with counters on it.
Yeah, but that
which
works
is already
for this.
super good. But like,
But for this, that would be amazing
yeah,
because it's literally like whenever 1 or more, you get to put
Right.
that many on this.
Yeah.
So you put it, and then you like it gets its 1 because proliferate.
yeah.
It lets
And
the-
then
and
if
then-
you have like 4 others,
You get 4
that's
creatures.
4 more.
Yeah, you get to
Yeah.
put 4 more counters on, so it gets 5 in a single turn.
But those counters already have to exist, which is
Well, yeah, but this one can put counters on things for mana.
yeah.
It was like, fuck. That's hilarious. Quanandrix Command. Choose 1. Or choose 2. Return target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. Put 2 +1 of counters on target creature. Target player shovels up to 3 target cards from the graveyard into their hand. What? That last ability just doesn't make any sense.
Read it again. I'll try to pay more attention this time.
Target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from their graveyard into their into their library. I read it as hand, and I'm like,
Oh,
why the
okay.
fuck would they shuffle it into their hand? It doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense
no.
to do that.
Freaking, and it's up to 3. So if you only
Yeah.
have 2,
You just
it's
see that.
totally fine.
Yeah, if there's only 1, you are.
Yeah.
Prime Speaker Zagana. Enters the battlefield with X postal counters on it, where X is the greatest power among other creatures you control. Enters the battlefield. Yeah, that's pretty good. Enters the battlefield, draw cards equal to its power. Right. It's also, though, like a fucking 6,
Ah!
which is a lot.
Got me.
Oh no, he's sucking you.
No, I'm all bleedy now.
Kumena, Tyrant of Orazka. Tap another untapped merfolk you control. It can't be blocked this turn. Tap 3 untapped merfolk you control and draw a card. Tap 5 untapped merfolk you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on each merfolk. On each.
Hell yeah.
So if you have 5 untapped merfolk, you just tap 5 of them. Everybody gets a counter. That's wild. Cold-Eyed Selkie. Island March. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards.
No. I like the art on that card. The Cold-Eyed Selkie.
Oh yeah, you mean the creepy little demon creature?
It's
sticking
really
in the
good
water?
art, though. That's what a Selkie looks like, too.
True enough, true enough. Ruinous Intrusion. Exile target artifact or enchantment. Put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the mana value of the permanent exile this way. Okay.
Does that card have that deck have black in it?
Yeah. Does this one? I don't know.
Black. Right there.
Where?
That deck does have black in it.
That's green.
That's green? Oh.
That's fucking green.
I'm
bro.
like, what? From here, it looks black. Okay.
No, it's green and blue.
Okay.
It's a 2-color.
Then it's one of the other 2 that has that fucked up black card that I know you would hate in it.
Fair enough. Realm Walker. Changeling. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells with the chosen type from the top of your library.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's a pretty... I think that one's in the slivers. Ah, shit!
Hardened Scales. If 1 or more +1 counters would be put on a creature you control, That many plus blue counters. I'll put on it. Wait, that many plus 1. So yeah, that gets really fucking bad. That's an enchantment. That just sits there forever.
There's another
For
card.
1 mana.
Freaking. It does the same thing except for it's double that number
Yeah, I bet.
instead.
Yeah, I don't doubt it for a second if that exists.
There's one. I don't know if it's in there. It's in one of those decks.
It does that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does that specifically. Dude.
Oh, man. Okay. Deep Root Elite. Whenever another merfolk enters the battlefield under your control, put a plus counter on target merfolk. Yeah, you're going to win the game really fucking quick.
If you have Simic Ascendancy out.
Yeah, if you have that card out, yeah.
Which is a 1 out of 100.
Yeah, but
Like, that's a lot.
But like, I could honestly see people building entire decks around just that card.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Getting just that card out and then just spamming
Dude,
counters on shit.
The other day, I beat you with my turtles because of Octomancer.
What about the Mancer?
Not Octomancer. No, Octomancer. Freaking, it had a similar thing where if you had 20 or more cards in your hand,
Oh,
or
yeah.
if it had 20 or more counters on it, I won.
Yeah, I remember
And it
that.
got counters every time I, like, drew cards or something. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Some ridiculous shit.
Yeah, and, like, yeah, it's totally valid to build a deck around winning with that, but it's much harder to do in Commander because there's only so many of those cards.
It's true.
Right.
That's true.
So, you know.
It's tough. Thieving Skydiver. Kicker X. X can't be 0. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gain control of target artifact with mana value X or less. If the artifact is an equipment, attach it to Thieving Skydiver. What?
So you probably don't remember this, but from the first game, right in here, this is where Priscilla lived. She hung out in here. This is Priscilla's arena.
Ooh.
And then you would go this way to get out of the painting of Ariana.
Damn. That's kind of funny. What a throwback.
Yeah, man.
Thassa, God of the Sea. Indestructible, as long as your devotion to blue is less than 5, Thassa isn't a creature. At the beginning of Grubkeep, scry 1. Pay 2, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn.
Dude, I remember when gods were added to the game.
Yeah.
Fucking, that was a long time ago.
What was it, Theros? Theros, I think?
It was Theros or... I mean, I think it was.
I think it was
It
Theros.
was the set right before Cons.
Well, because Theros was, like, super heavy on, like, God stuff. So, like a lot of their stuff was just,
Yeah.
like, God shit.
I think Nykthos was added in that one,
Yeah,
too.
Nykthos was a Theros card, yeah.
So,
Yeah, pretty cool.
God,
I used to have the...
fuck.
I used to
That
have,
was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I used to have God, Perforos, and the Forge. Perforos, God of the Forge.
It's in one of those decks, too.
In my goblins, because he would, do the thing.
Yeah.
But then I swapped him out for, fuck.
A different god. No.
No, it's that stupid 2-drop enchantment with whenever a creature enters battlefield, whenever it plays takes damage.
Oh, Impact Tremors.
Impact Tremors, yeah.
Impact Tremors is so much better in a goblin deck than
Well, yeah.
Perforos.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he drops for half, he only deals half the damage, but he drops for half.
Yeah.
Which is the point. What?
Oh, Perforos deals 2 damage then?
Yeah, Perforos deals 2.
Okay.
So he's a direct like swap for 2 of them.
Yeah.
So the same mana and everything, but you're more likely to have 2 mana to play the impacts.
Especially in something like a goblin.
Yeah, exactly. Versus 4 mana, and then also Perforos. He can be a creature thing, but like you don't need that. Yeah.
You
don't
can
need
make him
to
your
be a creature.
commander.
Yeah, technically you could. I don't know why you
Yeah.
want to.
It's just one of those things. It's like, you could.
Well, yeah, I mean, like my Anna Fenza's a fucking commander. That doesn't make her good at it.
You can, freaking... It'd be nice in a commander goblin deck, just specifically to fill like a slot.
It's true.
You know,
I was telling Connor when he was over that like if I really wanted to like nerf my goblins like super hard to where I think it would match your guys' decks a lot better.
Swap your commander out.
All I'd have to do is swap it with Tin Street.
Yeah.
Because I still get the goblin spam, but it's so drastically cut down
Yeah.
that like it basically doesn't.
Well, and
even
it can be
exist.
reset like just whenever we feel like it, basically too. Like,
Well, yeah, but he has to attack specifically
Exactly.
as well. So like I attack with him, and he gets bigger every time I attack.
But a creature loses all of its +1/+1 counters
Yeah,
when it dies.
Exactly. So like,
So-
but like he attacks, and then he gets 2 goblins the first times he attacks, and then but then he gets 3 the next time. So it's really slow.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you kill it, it goes back to 0. It goes back to just a 1, and like killing it's easy because I have to fucking attack with it all the time,
Yeah.
unless I have the regeneration guy out, which would allow me to save him every time.
Well, and even then, there are ways around that.
Well, there always were. But what I'm saying is, like, just basic attacking and blocking, that would be the only way to make him, like, good. So basically what I was saying is I would incredibly nerf it by just swapping the commander to Tin Street versus Cranko.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, like, hard. Like, hard.
Sweet. I only have 88 souls. Perfect.
Okay, so the Yellum of Sea and Sky. It has indestructible as long as you control at least 2 other merfolk. Whenever it attacks, draw a card. Other merfolk you control have ward 1. Surge Spanner. If it becomes tapped, you may pay 2. If you do, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Interesting. Seafloor Oracle. Whenever a merfolk you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Reflections of Lichara. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, copy that spell. A copy of a permanent spell becomes a token. That's really good, though.
Time for a fucking fight.
Hell yeah.
This is one of my. This is definitely one of the hardest fights in the game. Let me actually.
Merfolk Sovereign. Other creatures you control, other merfolks get +1/+1. Tap it. Target merfolk can't be blocked this turn. Master of the Pearl Trident. Other merfolk creatures you control get +1/+1 and have island block. Man, that would suck for any freaking somebody else playing a blue deck.
I fucking love Island Walk. I love land walking.
Yeah,
so
so
much.
really, I mean, that would fucking hurt somebody.
This is one of my favorite bosses in the game, by the way.
Oh, dude, it was really funny. So, Connor was playing that. We played that one round with Connor's deck, right? It's a mono black. But he was telling me, he was like, man, I thought that, like, because I chose mono, like a mono color, I wouldn't have land issues. But he literally couldn't get black land. He kept getting all these freaking colorless lands. And so it was like, Jesus Christ. It's really funny. It's a real funny haha moment. Kopala, Warden of Waves. Spells your opponents cast that target a merfolk you control cost 2 more to cast. Abilities your opponents activate that target a merfolk you control cost 2 more to activate. Dang.
Basically, they just have Ward 2.
Yeah, pretty much. Kindred Discovery. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Whenever a creature you control the chosen type enters the battlefield or attacks, draw a card.
I might actually go online for this fight, too. To summon.
Coward.
She's a really difficult boss, and she has 3 phases.
Just be better.
I'd love to.
Herald of the Secret Streams. Creatures you control with puzzles with counters on them can't be blocked. That's good. Emperor Mihail II. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast merfolk spells from the top of your library. Whenever you cast a merfolk spell, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 blue merfolk creature token. And you didn't even make it to phase 2.
No, Sister Frida's fucking a badass, and it's been a long time since I fought her.
What a silly boy.
She's a tough customer, okay?
Well, stop it.
She's a strong cookie.
No.
She'll bend me over and prolapse my anus.
No, not the prolapse. Not the prolapse. Shaboopy doopy. Food. 2 hours. Okay.
on Sister Frida. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, no way!
You got her?
I got a parry off on her that I didn't expect to get at all.
Damn. Curse of the Swine. I like Curse of the Swine.
What does it do?
XL X target creatures. For each creature XL this way, its controller creates a 2/2 green bold creature token. And it's 2 blue and then just X. It's just funny. It's just like, fuck all your creatures, you get 2/2s now. Enjoy. Coral Helm Commander. Level up for 1. Put a level counter on this. Level up only as a sorcerer. So he's a 2/2. Then 2 to 3, he's flying 3/3, and then 4+. He's a flying 4/4 with other merfolk creatures you control get +1/+1. Level up, man. I haven't messed with level up. The closest I ever got was, you know that 1/1 like Kithkin guy where you like he kind of is a 1/1 and then you like pay like 1 into him, he becomes a 2/2. You pay like 3 into him, he becomes like a 4/4, and then eventually if you pay enough, he becomes a freaking like 5/5 with flying or some shit.
Is that level up, though?
It's not. It's not
okay.
level up. I said the closest thing I'd ever gotten to level up. Because it's pretty
level
much
up-
the same thing.
Yeah,
It's pretty much the same thing.
Level up was added in the D&D sets.
Yeah. So it's basically the same thing, but it's just called different. It's just a different name and shit. Because he actually became different creatures. Like his name changed when you did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he would be like, he becomes this thing.
Was he a legendary? Because...
No.
Oh,
He's
he
just a
should have been,
regular.
because then that would have been fun to play with.
Yeah, here actually, I'll go see if I can find it. He might be in my binder over here.
This is Father Ariandel, by the way. He was bleeding on a flame to keep it suppressed,
Well, that's
like intentionally.
You didn't want to just use water?
No, it's like magic flame.
Oh, here we go. Figure of Destiny. He's a red-white. And he's just a Kithkin. Yeah, pay 1. Figure of Destiny becomes a 2/2 Kithkin spirit. Pay 3. If Figure of Destiny is a spirit, it becomes a 4/4 Kithkin spirit warrior. And then pay 6. And if he is a warrior, it becomes an 8/8 Kithkin spirit warrior avatar with flying and first strike. So, very,
He
very.
becomes a different creature.
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't
does.
get a different name, which
No,
is
he
sad.
does, which is different, yeah. But he does become a different creature,
Yeah,
which
that's cool.
it can mean a lot if you're playing. But like,
Yeah.
it's weird. Figure of Destiny. I wonder how much those are even worth anymore. I used to have him in my goblins. Yeah, because I was like, well, he gives me like a possibility to get like a flying creature, which is nice. But then obviously I swapped him out for like better shit because my goblins went in a different direction. Let's see. Figure of Destiny. Yeah, a whopping 20 cents.
I will say this is a saving grace of this fight. This is the second phase, right? And it's Sister Frida and Father Ariandel. But you can just attack one of them to death. You don't have to kill both of them. But they have different resistances. And so, like, Father Ariandel is actually weaker to fire than Sister Frida is.
Oh.
And so I'm attacking him with my fire sword to
Fair enough.
end the fight faster, essentially.
Commit. Put target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library, second from the top, and then it also has a memory. Aftermath. Cast a spell only from the graveyard. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards. See, I thought it was really funny. So there's one card in my black and red commander that, like, you know, like in Madness costs him out for 2. He's a creature, and it's like literally whenever he attacks, you just discard your hand and draw 7 cards.
I mean, Gale. I don't know where Sister Frida is, but we're gonna stay away from her.
It's just fucking wild. Just discard your entire hand and draw 7 cards every time he attacks.
Jesus.
And he has to attack every turn.
Oh, dude.
But it's like, so it's like guaranteed.
And then you put like an elixir of immortality in there.
Yeah, they just bring it all back.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
you
just-
constantly don't lose shit.
It's just so silly though. Benthic Biomancer. Pay 2, adapt 1. If this creature has no +1 counters on it, put a +1 counter on it. Whenever one or more +1 counters are put on him, draw a card, then discard a card.
Really, Gale? I could use some help, douchebag.
No.
He's just standing there.
Singer of Swift Rivers. Flash. When enters the battlefield, put a shield counter on another target creature you control. You may cast merfolk spells as though they had flash.
Flash is always fun.
It is.
If you can use it right,
Yeah,
which
that's true.
I know I can.
Sometimes you can. It's possible, but it's tough. Tributary Instructor. Mentor. Whenever this creature attacks, put a +1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. Whenever a creature you control with a +1 counter on it dies, draw a card. Topography Tracker. When it enters the battlefield, create a map token. It's an artifact with pay 1, tap it. Sacrifice this artifact. Target creature you control explores. Activate only as a sorcery. If a creature you control would explore, instead it explores, then it explores again.
Ooh.
Oh,
So it's explore instead.
it's exploring twice as many
Freaking
times.
dude, Apex Devastator has Cascade.
That's right. It's so silly. So much cascading.
Yeah, you do it 4 times in a row.
It's ridiculous.
It's a little bit much.
Deep Root Historian. Merfolk and Druid cards in your graveyard have Retrace. You may cast cards with Retrace from your graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to paying their other costs. Bygone Marvels. Descend 8. When you cast a spell, if there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, copy this spell twice. You may choose new targets with others. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile it. Okay. Wave Goodbye. Return each creature without a +1/+1 counter on it to its owner's hand. That's rude. For 4 mana,
Hell yeah.
that could basically board wipe somebody.
It could fuck up your goblins for sure.
Yeah, because it just returns them to their hand.
I was thinking about that card too.
It's very
That was
different.
dope.
Yeah, it's very different from like killing
I
them.
deserve that.
From whence thou camest.
Yeah, and tokens do die when they enter any zone other than the battlefield.
Yeah. Yep. The only way I could see my goblins getting around that is if I had a card out that gave me the ability to, or gave my goblin spells flash, because then I could, and then sacking my goblins for mana. So
Yeah.
you would do that and then sack all my goblin tokens for mana and then recast everything that's in my hand
Right.
during your turn. Otherwise, my mana fizzles. But I don't have that, so that wouldn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there anything that could give all your goblins flash?
It would have to
Probably
be
a shapeshifter of some kind.
Yeah, it would have to be give like red creatures probably. Flash.
I know a lot of shapeshifters are like, freaking choose a creature type. If you were to cast creature spells of the chosen type, all have things. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Whence thou camest.
Damn, already.
like, and that's the thing about shapeshifters specifically and because they're like, you share a type with it or whatever, like, but shapeshifters have changeling, which is a whole thing
Yeah.
that you have to take into account when building a deck using a shapeshifter.
It's true. It's true.
Because shapeshifters are fucked up sometimes. They
Sometimes.
can be.
They can't. Ripples of Potential. Proliferate, then choose any number of permanents you control that had a counter on them, counter put on them this way. Those permanents phase out. That's cool. For only 2 mana, you just proliferate everything. Damn. And phase them all out, too.
Oh yeah.
Mist Dancer. Flying. Other merfolk you control get +1/+0 and have flying. And then Encore 7. Path of Ascendancy. Lands. Swiftfoot Boots. Soul Ring. Simic Signet. Pay 1 colorless, tap it. Add green and blue. Commander Sphere. Arcane Signet. Okay. Titoiova. Benefic. Benthic Druid. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Merfolk Skydiver. Enters the battlefield, put a +1 counter on target creature you control, and pay 5 to proliferate. That's good though. Merfolk Mistbinder. Other Merfolk you roll get +1/+1. Oh yeah, here we go. Cure's Follower. Untap target permanent you control. That's an elite. I remember that one. That one came out forever ago. But it's just untap another target permanent. It's really fun.
Yeah, but target permanent.
Yeah, so you can
That's
use
good.
lands too. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's very versatile. And it's a 2-drop 2 too, so it's still a decent creature. Growth Spiral. Draw a card. You may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield. Cool. Kodama's Reach. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, put 1 on the battlefield. Oh yeah, that's cool.
We were just talking about Konami's Reach.
Yeah, that's true. Inspiring Call. Draw a card for each creature you control with a +1 counter on it. Those creatures gain indestructible until Explore. You know what that does. Evolution Sage. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. That's see. So this one does have a bunch of proliferate in it. It's freaking wild.
That's still Merfolk.
Yeah, it's Merfolk. Nikanzil Current Conductor. Whenever a creature you control explores a land card, you may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield tapped.
Damn it.
Whenever a creature you control explores a non-land card, put a +1 counter on him. Beast Within. Destroy target permanent. Its controller gets a 3/3 beast.
It's blue-green.
Yeah.
Thrumming Bird should be in there. Thrumming Bird is a 2-drop. Whenever it deals combat damage, and it's like a 2-drop 1/1. Whenever
Okay.
it deals combat damage, proliferate.
Oh yeah, it should be, but it's probably not in here.
It's in my that other one, the Planeswalkers though. So
Oh,
it
that
should
makes
be in
sense.
there.
I haven't run into it. Stony Brook, Banneret, Island Walk, Merfolk spells and wizard spells you cast cost 1 less to cast.
I said should, as in it like belongs there, not that it was in there.
Yeah, no, it's
So-
not in here.
Yeah.
Sage of Fables. Each other wizard creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1 counter on it. Pay 2. Remove a +1 counter from a creature you control. Draw a card. Raven Form. Exile target artifact or creature its controller creates a 1/1 blue bird creature token with fly. Foretell 1. During your turn, you may pay 2 colorless. Exile this card from your hand face down. Cast it on a later turn for its Foretell class.
I actually like Foretell,
That's cool.
but if you have a card that's like, if you play a card from exile, something happens, that's where Foretell comes in.
Yeah.
Alongside like adventures and that kind of thing. I actually brought a deck that is kind of based around that kind of thing, and it's great. Well, and it's like every time a card is played from exile, I make like a 2/2 wolf creature token. And then I have another card, which is whenever a card is put into exile from anywhere, I put a +1/+1 counter on it. So if I cascade and I exile 20 cards before finding the card, that creature gets 20 +1/+1 counters.
Damn.
Yeah. Because of the cascade. It's fucking sick.
Alright, Rapid Hybridization. Destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated. That creature's controller gets a 3/3 green frog lizard creature. Merfolk Regery. Other Merfolk creatures will get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, you may tap or untap target permanent.
Hey, doggy.
Deep Root Waters. Whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, create a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token with hexproof. Aetherize. Return all attacking creatures to their own zone. Yep, pretty rude.
Etherize is silly.
Merfolk Cave Diver. Whenever a creature you control explores, Merfolk Cave Diver gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And can be blocked this turn. And here's your other potential commander. Exoliac Smiling Flood. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, put a flood counter on target land. That land is an island in addition to its other types for as long as it has a flood counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, untap each permanent you control with a counter on it. each permanent with a counter. So,
They face out.
no, at the beginning of your end step, untap each permanent you control with a
Oh.
counter on it. So
I didn't hear you. I'm focusing on a boss fight. That's why I asked.
yeah. So, but
'Cause
basically,
that's fucked up.
yeah. So basically, any one of your, yeah. So you put a flood counter. So whenever he enters or attacks, you get to put a flood counter on a land you control, or a land actually. I think it's just any land.
Yeah, I can turn it into an island as well. Is what flood counters are.
Yeah, but it means though with his ability, you can untap those lands at the end of your turn,
Okay.
along with any of your creatures that have plus one counters on them,
Okay.
or any of your other shit that just has counters on them. And that's why he would also be your commander potential,
Yeah.
because he works so well with the counters. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna play Nurgles. Nurgle.
No. Come on, man. No.
What'd you do?
Afraid of being a bit of a bitch.
Always.
Just a little bit.
Getting your ass kicked, bro.
A little bit. I have to beat her on my own too. Slave Knight Gale died in the second phase.
Silly little boy.
No. She has a near infinite number of combos too, which is super annoying. She's not the only boss that does, but she's one of the more annoying ones because she has 3 phases.
Jeez. How ridiculous.
Yeah. Ha. Oh, what? I tagged her though.
Oh, David's dying again.
Only a little bit. Damn it.
Brady's gotten his ass kicked again.
Yeah, she's kind of beating my ass a little bit.
We don't like to talk about it. Him and his ass beatings.
Fuck, dude.
We're so close.
Listen, she's a hard boss, okay?
She gets really hard really fast.
I guess I could double check my ratings, but
Hitman.
yeah, it's not a huge deal. What?
What?
This fucking game.
There we go.
I dodged an attack and it didn't do anything, and I just got hit in the face.
Silly little boy. Tricks it.
Return
Yeah,
from
what?
whence thou camest. Herein shall
Ugh.
remains thee.
Oh, he's getting cream pied over there. Constant cream by the pie. Constant pie cream.
What do you want to bet Connor will want to go get food once he gets over here?
0.
Zero.
He's on his diet now.
Doesn't mean he doesn't want to go get food.
It means you literally won't go get food.
It's not true. We got food last weekend.
He wasn't on his diet last weekend.
I thought it was.
No, he was talking about starting it because he was getting his medication, but now he's on his medication. So now straight up, he's just not allowed to eat like certain foods
What a
again.
fucking coward.
And so he's just not going to.
Well,
So the answer is 0.
you want to get food before he gets here?
Fucking no. I don't like to eat,
Sure, buddy.
and you don't either.
That's not true. I fucking love to eat.
No, you don't. Take it back. You take that back right now. Beep. Beep, beep. I'm a sheep. I said beep, beep. I'm a sheep.
God damn it.
Beep, beep. I'm a sheep. I said beep, beep. I'm a sheep. Sheep, beep. Sheep, beep, beep. Sheep, beep, 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 sheep. Beep, 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 sheep. Braden's a sheep.
Thomas is a fat whore.
How does it make you feel to know that you are just a sheep?
Meh. I feel like I'm less of a sheep than you.
Huh?
Whatever you say, man.
So you're less than a sheep than me.
Yeah,
What is a sheep?
you're a sheeple. You know what I
What is a
mean.
sheep to?
Ah!
What do you constitute as a sheep?
Hot pocket.
A hot pocket? You're already wrong. You've already failed us all. So get this straight.
Yeah.
Get a hippie job.
God damn it.
What are you doing?
Get my ass beat.
You ever thought of not?
Man, I really wish I had.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad I could enlighten you. You know, make you a better gamer.
Oh.
Okay. Alright, what's this one? This one is
Pirate.
the vampires,
Vampires. Oh,
the vampies.
I'm excited to play the pirates and the vampires.
Why?
Because it seemed like they'd be a fun time, dude.
But like, how though?
That's
How
what
though?
you sound like.
That's a legitimate question because you say
Fucking look at the cards.
it doesn't. No, because you can tell me. Because me reading the cards doesn't tell me why you would think they would be fun.
Because they just seem like the kind of playstyle I enjoy.
You know, what playstyle is that?
The kind.
Oh, see,
I enjoy most playstyles.
see,
though.
not even
That's the
you
thing.
know.
No,
Not even you can say.
shut the fuck up, Thomas.
I asked you a legitimate question. You can't even answer.
I like a lot of different play types, and it varies, like a lot, depending.
Well, I didn't ask you about that. I asked you what specifically about this deck makes you excited to play it.
Seems like I would have a good time with it.
Yeah, and then I asked you why.
Because it seems like I would.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the full extent of that answer.
No, because there's a legitimate
That's also
reason.
the full extent of like how far I've thought into it.
There's a reason Like there's
I
something.
like vampires.
Something you
How about
saw.
that?
Is that it? You saw.
I like pirates.
You saw that?
That's basically it, dude.
Nah, I think you're full of shit. You're just a guy. You're just a sheeple. Get him. All right. Clavilino, First of the Blessed. Whenever you attack, target attacking vampire that isn't a demon becomes a demon in addition to its other types. It gains when this creature dies, draw a card and create a tapped 4/3 white and black vampire demon creature token with flying. That's fucking weird. Yeah, that's weird. And that's why we can do nice things. Oh shit. Alright. Lands. Look at all these lands. Look at all the lands. Look at all the lands. Alright. Blade of the Blood Chief. Whenever a creature dies, put a puzzle counter on equipped creature. Equipped creature is a vampire, put 2 puzzle counters on it instead. That's good. That could be really fast. Vana, Butcher of Magan. Vigilance lifelink. Tap it, pay 7. Destroy target non-land permanent. Activate only during your turn. Utter Red. Exile target non-land permanent. Ooh, this one's got planeswalkers. Sorin, Lord of Innistrad. Create a 1/1 black vampire creature token with lifelink. -2, you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +1/+1. -6, destroy up to 3 target creatures and or other planeswalkers. Return each card you put into a graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. That's not bad. Not bad. Elenda the Dusk Rose. Lifelink. Whenever another creature dies, put a puzzle or counter on him. When Elena dies, create X white vampire creature tokens with lifelink or X is his power. Yaheni Undying Partisan. Haste. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a puzzle or counter on this guy.
Fucking way.
Sacrifice another creature. It gains indestructible intelligence. Interesting.
Viscera Seer, isn't it?
That makes sense. Twilight Prophet. Flying. Ascend. If you control 10 or more permanents, you get the City Blessing for the rest of the game. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have the City's Blessing, reveal the top card of your library and put it into your hand. Each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life where X is that card's mana value. Timothar, Baron of Bats. Ward, discard a card. Whenever another non-token vampire you control dies, you may pay 1 and exile it. If you do, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. It gains when this creature deals common damage to a player, sacrifice it, and return the exiled card to the battlefield tapped. Wow, that's wild. Sanctum Seeker. Whenever a vampire you control attacks, each opponent loses 1 life in the game. Wow,
That one's good.
that's rough, dude. That's really rough.
Thou camest.
Patron of the Vein. Flying. When enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, exile it and put a +1 counter on each vampire you control. Nice. Pact of the Serpent. Choose a creature type. Target player draws X cards and loses X life, where X is the number of creatures they control of the chosen type. Wow. You could just kill somebody doing that. Like the goblins.
Yeah.
Just be like, 3 mana, you die because you have like 40 goblins.
Yeah.
You just take 40 damage. And you have to draw 40 cards. Draw the rest of your deck and kill yourself. Olivia's Wrath. Each non-land vampire creature gets -X until end turn, or X is the number of vampires you control. Nighthawk Scavenger. Flying Death Touch lifelink. Its power is equal to to 1 plus the number of card types or more cards in your opponent's graveyard. Card types. That's it. New Blood. Has additional cost to cast a spell, tap and untap vampire control. Gain control of target creature. Change the text of that creature by replacing all instances of one creature type with a vampire. Change the text. So, change the text of that creature by replacing all instances of one creature type with vampire. So if it took Krenko just be a creature vampire, it wouldn't be a goblin anymore. That's how I read that.
I mean, but it says change the text box. And so what it probably would do is it would make vampires based off of how many vampires you have instead of goblins based off of how many goblins you have.
I feel like that would make sense though, because it just says change the text of that creature by replacing all instances of one creature type with vampire.
Yeah, and so
That's
one
tough.
creature type, so you choose goblin, right? And then it changes all of the goblin word in Krenko's text box to vampire. So you would make a bunch of 1/1 vampire creature tokens that are red instead.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's what it says.
I mean, it does say that, but I know wording can be weird sometimes.
Wording can be incredibly weird sometimes.
And so it's
we
like-
could look up the specifics of it too.
I could, but it's like that's such a specific like scenario.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
it's
again,
like-
we could look up the specifics of that interaction too.
And we could, but like I don't know if anybody's thought of that.
Oh,
exact-
100% people have thought of that.
Okay, and put it on internet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sure. New. Come on, you piece of crap. New Blood. With. Krenko. Boss.
No.
Not at all.
Fuck.
Freaking garbage. Come on. New Blood with Krenko Mobos. Reddit. Come on, bro. Give me some answers.
Is your phone having a hard time loading Reddit?
No. I'm having a hard time finding any answers. Okay, Vampire deck, and noticed when I was playing that New Blood can do some weird stuff. In one game I managed to snag Kalia of the Vast, who was cheating in vampires. Another game I stole Omnoth, Locus of Rage, so whenever I played a land I gained a 5/5 red and green vampire token. This would bolt people when they died. Had any other weird interactions? Let's see. First game with Edgar deck, I snagged myself Dragon, 10/10 would do it again. I had the same experience. I like the idea of getting a vampy Krenko mob boss. Okay, let's see what the people have to say about that. I've done this. As of I is the peak of my Edgar deck. Lol. Had this happen to me as a Krenko player. Ended up blasting and acting the board for 1 red and getting my Krenko bag. Then he used Elixir of Immortality to
Return from whence thou camest.
So it does do what I thought.
I think so.
Because it's changing the instance of the goblin specific thing, and so
Yeah,
it
that's
would
wild.
make 1/1 red vampire creature tokens.
Yeah, that's wild. That's pretty crazy though. For 4 shmanis.
Yeah. That's what a Krenko costs.
Oh, I know.
It's not that wild.
Well, no, it's wild in the sense of like the versatility of the
Yeah,
ability.
for sure.
Because it like changes so much about like the functionality of a card. It's pretty
I'm
cool.
surprised it's in there.
Yeah, fair enough. Probably honestly, it's probably just because it's like, because what it is, it's not actually like super useful most instances.
That's true.
So it's not really seen as like a game-breaking card. Glass Cast Heart. Whenever one or more vampires you control attack, create a blood token. Pay 1, tap it, pay a life, create a 1/1 white and black vampire creature token with lifelink. Pay 2, tap it, sacrifice Glass Cast Heart, and 13 blood tokens. Each opponent loses 13 life and you gain 13 life. Interesting.
Oh. That's kind of sad. I like cards where it's like, each opponent takes this much damage and you gain as much damage that was, like, as much life as damage dealt. Or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of shit, I love.
That's brutal.
I love it so much.
Exquisite Blood. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life.
Hell yeah.
There you go. That would do it.
Combine that with it, and then you gain 13 life plus, depending on how many people you're playing with.
At least another 13.
Yeah.
Drana, Liberator of Malakir. Flying first strike. Deals combat damage to a player. Put a +1 counter on each attacking creature you control. Damn. Destroy target creature. A creature destroyed this way can't be regenerated. And then Overload. May cast a spell for its overload cost. If you do,
That's
change
the
its
card I
target.
was talking about that you would hate.
Yeah, but it's a 6-drop.
Yeah,
You'd be dead by then.
probably. But if I was still alive, I could even cast it for, 3? Instead of the overload cost? And then just board wipe.
How would you cast it for 3?
What is it?
It's a 2-drop. Yeah, destroy target creature.
Yeah, I could target the guy that regenerates your dudes, and then board wipe.
Yeah, if you had. But then board wiping would also cost you the mana, so you might
Yeah,
as well just
so
pay the 7 for
a
this.
black-red
Or 6.
one is ideal, and then you play that, and then for 3 you wipe out your army of goblins, because a Blasphemous Act is only 1 in that instance.
It's true.
So,
But then I would just regenerate the goblin. No, I wouldn't.
but you
do that.
couldn't because
Yeah.
I would have already killed your regenerating douchebag off.
It's true. It's true.
So
Too true.
another one is I could trap in a tower him,
Trap in the tower. Who?
your regenerating guy. Activated abilities of target non-flying creature can't be activated, and it can't attack or block.
It's true. There's a lot of ways to get around it. You guys just didn't have a way to get around
Yeah, we just didn't during that game,
it. Yeah, you just couldn't.
which
do
was
it.
super annoying.
All right. Are you done yet? God.
No, I'm still fighting him because this fucking boss is so difficult. Better. Let me go. Damn it. I didn't get away from him. Oh well. We'll try to beat them next episode.
Nah.
In
Yeah.
a week.
Nah, I'm good.
Maybe I'll go home and practice this fight a bunch.
Yeah, maybe. If you bother.
I might even just turn on the internet online mode so I can just summon another human to play with me.
To fight him. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess if you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing.
Definitely go check out our other content.
Until next time, peace out.
Bye bye.